Hey, welcome to Saturday Shorties. I ran a poll on Patreon to determine what the next Shorties trilogy was gonna be, open to free members as well as those who pay. So, join us on Patreon if you want in on that. And they chose the core toy line. And we'll be taking a look at not one, but two figures today. So meet Electro and Vector. Vector. Again, I swear I can't get away from Battle Force 2000, and I swear I didn't plan this. Well, I couldn't have, it was a poll. These figures were released in 1997 with, body parts. Yeah, the core reuses parts so much it's hard to tell which figures had them first. These guys were part of the Star Force subline of the core, and I will never forgive Leonard for not calling it the Space Core. So many Red Dwarf jokes I can't make now. Anyway, the figures from this subset are my favorite core figures. They look great. They're very sleek and polished. Very, clean looking, I suppose? Is that a thing? I've said this before, but one thing that's always bothered me about core figures is that their torsos are too big in proportion to the body. That's true for Vector here, but Electro at least looks slimmer, even though he isn't. It's the white on the sides of the torso that does it, I think. And it bothers me less on these guys as they are wearing bulky spacesuits. By the way, the only reason I even know their names is because they're on the back of a big multipack card. The color schemes look basic, but there's a surprising amount of things going on. There's the primary white and gray, of course, but the blue visors and the black detailing really make the figures pop, and the very sparse yellow is a nice surprise to find. The molded details are on par with G.I.Joe figures, which you can consider high praise, as G.I.Joe really set the gold standard there. Speaking of G.I. Joe's gold standard, articulation on these is exactly the same as the classic G.I. Joe O-ring figures with ball-jointed heads, so there's no need to go into detail about it here. Accessories are pretty generic. You've got backpacks that sorta remind me of astronaut ones, a weird gun with 3 barrels, and a thing that's either also a gun inspired by Space 1999 or a scientific measuring device. None of these really stand out. Overall, these are pretty great figures, not just for core figures, but in general. I think this sub-team is the best they ever offered in that toy line. I do wonder if they could make them weirder though. Well, I'll see you next time everybody, and hey, why not like, share and subscribe if that's your thing.